Hey, guess what? There we go. Today's Wednesday, and it's time for Cat Chat with me. I'm Penny. Welcome. Today, it's Wednesday. That's what I just said. All right, today, we're going to talk about something that I see come up a lot on various cat forums, groups on Facebook, and through my own website, lots of requests that I get. And it's the basic, a lot of people are concerned when they first bring a new cat into the house and they've already got a cat or more cats there. Things happen. How do you separate them? And we have the conventional wisdom, which I'll review for you, but sometimes things happen. It feels like things are going horribly wrong, and there's this awful fighting, and suddenly you think, I've made a mistake. I have to rehome this cat. Well, we're going to talk about that today. But first, I want to say hello, welcome, Wednesday. I'm Penny Higgins. I run Mew Mew House, which is a retirement home and hospice for cats. We have a lot of cats here, but none in this room. This is my spaceship, well, except for the wooden one behind me. That one is not a real cat, but occasionally the cats are in here, but this is my office space and I do work in here. I call it my spaceship, and I make it my mission to take in cats, senior and hospice cats that might otherwise languish in a shelter situation, or worse. Sometimes people give up on their animals and they wind up being euthanized for no good reason. So, if you're watching, I'd sure love to have you check in, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching live, go ahead and click hashtag live. If you're watching on replay, then hashtag replay. But I'd like to know where you're watching from because it helps me figure out who my audience is. And with the software I'm using right now, I can't necessarily see who's posting, but I can see if you're posting, so that's awesome. All right, well, let's talk about today's topic, which is when you add cats to the family, right? We do this now. This is something I go through all the time because there are a lot of cats here, and frequently I bring in a new cat and fur flies. Okay, so let's review real quick what we're talking about when you add a new cat to an existing family. So this isn't like you just have a house and you've got your first cat. This is when there's already cats there, they're established. What do you do? Let's review the basics of cat introduction. I like to remind people that, there's the rule of 3 for dogs, and there's the rule of 3 with cats, and they're pretty much the same thing. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. The first 3 days that a cat is in your house, whether you have cats already or not, first 3 days they're scared to death. Don't expect anything from them. And remember, if they hiss at you or swipe at you, they don't know who the heck you are. So 3 days of terror, 3 weeks to figure out your routine. Some cats pick this up real quick. Other cats are like, I don't know. So it's possible that you won't even see your new cat for weeks because it'll just go into hiding, and that's fine. Once it's figured out your routine, then in 3 months or so, it actually feels like it's part of the family. So if you're seeing weird behaviors and you've only had a new cat in your home for less than a few days, chances are that's going to change and you have to give it time and space. So a new cat needs its own space. Some people lock the cat in the bathroom. That's fine. I have a special bedroom that I use. I use a crate depending on the personality of the cat. They need their own space where they can hide and feel safe. They need their own litter box so they don't feel like they're fighting for a place to relieve themselves. And they need their own feeding station. Okay, so with my house, I have a zillion cats, right? So I have lots of feeding stations, but I always add an extra feeding station and their own private litter box when a cat moves in. And then, once we've gotten past that 3 weeks, and depending on the personality of the cat, then I integrate them in with everyone else, and that works great. All right. So you've done all the right things, and maybe you've even done some of the extras. There's a lot of discussion of the diffusers, the pheromone diffusers, and some of the sprays and stuff. You can use those. They can help. And you've done that, but oh my gosh, they're still fighting. I don't know what to do. I get the phone call or the email or somebody posts in a group saying, "Oh my gosh, I brought these cats home. This new cat is beating up my old cat," or vice versa, or they're fighting. It's horrible. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? I guess I have to rehome one of these cats. What am I going to do? Well, here's the thing. I have cats, obviously. I've had some that didn't trust people or were fine with other cats. I've had cats that didn't like other cats. And I've had the aggressive ones that actually did go after other cats. Okay? Most of the time, my experience is that cats will make a big, huge noise. And it might not be, it sounds horrible, but it's not, okay? The time that Peanut got upset and swatted and screeched at the coconut that was on the floor because she mistook it for another cat. I mean, okay, it was funny, but also that's just Peanut. She screams at everyone, and it sounds horrible, and you jump out of your chair and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So what's important to do when you think there's a fight going on, is you really need to pay attention to the cat's body language and see how the two cats are interacting. I know this for Peanut and for Ginger, who doesn't like other cats, and for Spell, who doesn't like other cats. They make a huge noise, and they'll even swat, but it's not aggressive. It's not, I'm going to attack you and beat the stuffing out of you. It's, I would like you very much to go away. And this is what you're looking for, or what I'm looking for. First of all, if there is like some sort of aggression going to take place, usually one cat is above the other cat, all right? So the aggressor is always up and is looking down, and you can see them posturing, and the other cat is often cowering. Everybody has their ears back, and aggressor cat, his tail is usually going bah, 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 bah. I mean, the tail tells you so much with cats. I mean, it's their mood detector right there. If their tail is pounding on the floor or whatever, and they're leaning and they're growling, okay, that's aggression. If one cat just happens to walk past another and one of them goes meow, swat, and then nothing happens, there's none of the posturing, none of the tail flipping, none of that, then it's just saying somebody saying, hey, you're in my bubble, go away. So pay attention to that. Watch what their tail is doing. Watch their postures. If one is towering over another, that's usually not a good thing. And I'm willing to bet that even if you hear horrible sounds and it seems like they're really fighting, if it's just a brief scream without any of the tail thrashing and posturing, then it's probably just them trying to figure each other out, and it's nothing, and you can take a deep breath. Now, when I walk in on something like that, I often go, hey, what's going on? Who's growling? You know, I do that, and I separate and pet everybody, make sure everybody feels okay. I have had the situations where the one cat is like, I am going to beat the stuffing out of you, and the other cat's backing away. This is a different kind of situation, and you have to figure out what you're going to do in that case. And again, you have options like the pheromone diffusers or just keeping them separate. I'm blessed with a large home, so cats that don't like each other can actually just separate themselves and avoid each other. I am also the person I will see the cat fight about to happen, and I'll just walk right into the middle of it. I'll just be like, I'm just stand there, and the cat's like, dude, what are you doing? And then, the aggressor gets frustrated, but the one that was being attacked usually runs away at that point. And so, again, problem dispersed. If you don't really want to walk into the middle of a fight, if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can always take like a broom or something and put it between the cats. I'm not saying hit the cats. I'm saying put something between them so they can't get to each other. And again, your objective is to keep the aggressor away from the other one. And in this situation where, like I said, I do have one cat who likes to go after the other cats. It's not a problem. I do see it sometimes, and he tries to go after the other cats, and I just get up and say, hey, what are you doing? And I've done this often enough that usually he just backs down because, oh, here comes Meowmy. She's going to stop me. So, but the chances that you're going to see that if you've brought in a cat, let's say you've decided you want another cat to add to your family, or, what I get a lot of, and that's actually why I'm here, is, a family member can no longer take care of their own cat for some reason, so you've taken in this cat, and this cat was used to one routine, and now they're thrown into your routine with your cats. There is conflict. And, just watch the body language. Chances are it's very loud, but pretty harmless. Cats will bat at each other without claws out, just to say, go away. But be mindful of the body language and give them time. Really. I mean, my experience has been that, anything that happens in the first few weeks is going to be water under the bridge. So you need to just be ready for that, all right? Now, I want to talk a little bit about this, and I'm going to bring this up here. This is Ginger. This is my girl, Ginger, and she's one of the reasons why I'm so confident with what I'm telling you. This cat, Ginger, she came to me on Halloween of 2020. She was at risk of being euthanized because she was aggressive towards other cats. She was aggressive towards her owner. I mean, she was a very dangerous cat, and the owner was afraid of her and wanted her euthanized. And the people at the vet clinic just couldn't justify that, and I didn't feel too good about it either. So I went and picked her up, and I will tell you, this cat, this one right here, she wrecked me. She was not a happy girl when I got her, and I learned a lot from this cat, not least of which is if you're going to get into the middle of or reach towards a cat that you know has been aggressive, no matter how confident you are, you should wear the long leather gloves. Because she bit some holes in my hands, and I should have gone to an urgent care for that. I was lucky. All right. This is a common tale for people who are involved in cat rescue. We do a lot of times get ourselves injured doing what we do because we're passionate about these animals. So, but she came to the house. She did not like people, and she did not like the other cats. But I observed she was never flipping her tail and being aggressive. She was scared of the other cats. So she'd make a huge noise, like scream. I mean, you'd jump right out of your skin because she'd be so upset. And she did that to me. She did that to the other cats. And, for a long time, I wondered if I had done the right thing to bring this poor girl into the house where she was surrounded by cats that she didn't like. Well, it took a little longer than just 3 months, but after about 6 months, she had integrated herself. And, we realized in retrospect, she was probably, it was not a good situation she was in, because when she would be, fearful of her person, her owner, and would swipe out of fear, well, the owner would come back and kick at her. So they had this really unhealthy dynamic, and she had no trust of humans. She did rebuild her trust of cats much faster and was okay around the cats within just a few months. But with me, it took quite a while. But today, a year and some change later, today, Ginger lets me pick her up. She lets me carry her around. She snuggles with me. If another cat is batting at me for whatever reason, because, when you're taking care of unhealthy cats, sometimes you do things they don't like. And she will defend me. She purrs. She's just a happy, happy cat. So The lesson is, as long as you're watching the body language, and I never saw body language from her except for at the very beginning. But once she was in the house and comfortable after a couple of weeks, I never saw the body language that said she was an aggressive cat or like wanting to hurt me cat. What I saw was a cat who was terrified and was defending herself. Never any of the tail flipping and pounding, never any of the posturing, none of that. She just was scared. And like I said, today she is just a wonderful, loving cat, and I'm so glad she still is with us. So if you're in a situation where you have a cat that you're like, I don't know, I'm scared this cat is going to attack my other cat or it's going to attack me, then keep in mind that it looks bad, but they're just acting out of fear. So don't be the thing they're afraid of. Be calm, be relaxed, don't push it, give them their space. And if you have any problems, you can go to paleopix.com or mewmewhouse.org and contact me, and I can help you work through that as well. I'm happy to do that. So, yay, Ginger. I love her so much. I'm so happy. So, on that note, it's Wednesday, and I've blathered on for long enough. So, I want to say have a wonderful and warm and safe rest of your week. And if you like what you saw, please like and share. Now, you can't share from the Facebook group because it's a private group, but this is being broadcast on LinkedIn. It's being broadcast on YouTube, and it's being broadcast on my Facebook page for Mew Mew House. So if you like this, feel free to share it. Hopefully it's useful to someone. And if you ever have any problems or questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm Penny Higgins. I'm at Mew Mew House, mewmewhouse.org, and we can help you out. Everybody have a wonderful and blessed